Hello guys, Ashley here, also known as AJ Lee, the AJ Lee fan. So yesterday I made a video talk about that I have not been doing a lot of content lately. So I decided to do something new. I know I was supposed to talk about Spider-Man with Tom Holland, but at this time I'm going to bring a new series to my channel, and it's called the Overrated series. This series is where I talk about overrated things, like whether it's TV shows, characters, wrestling, movies, toys, whatever it is. I'm going to talk about overrated stuff and why I want you to think. I want you to think long and hard, and I want you to think, is it really overrated? And today I'm going to talk about Vampire Diaries. I'm watching season 2 right now, my favorite season of the show. And I have a certain couple that I just think fans really overrate. And I'm going to piss the Delena fans off. The Delena fans had it coming, so let's start. Why is Delena so overrated? I don't know. How about the fact that the relationship isn't on a higher standard as people like to put them on? A lot of people like to say that it's not fair that people don't overrate, people don't say they're as good as a ship as Delena was. That's because Damon and Elena weren't as good as Elena and Stefan. They weren't. I can make a rant on why I overrate Delena, and I overrate them for I overrate that shit for a lot of reasons. I think, in my opinion, I know for a fact that Delena was definitely the heart and soul of the show, and I think, in my opinion, it's the only relationship on the show that actually mattered. It's the only relationship on the show that had a quality storyline to it. It had a quality build. But this is about Delena. I'm going to tell you why I don't like Delena, and I'm going to tell you my facts behind it. Even though I already made a top 5 reasons why Delena is better than Elena. If you haven't watched it, check it out to hear my points. But today I'm going to talk about why I don't understand why people overrate the hell out of this shit. So, it all goes back to when Vampire Diaries started. 2009, the birth of this show. We all know that Nina and Ian were dating. And I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw them together on screen, they definitely had the chemistry that the other seasons with them were lacking. I think it had a lot to do with them being together. I think that's why the chemistry was so strong with them. And then as seasons 4, 5, and 6 came along, that chemistry really died out with them. It wasn't there anymore. But back to season 1. How can, for all of you out there who have had a crush on someone or had strong feelings, how can you like someone if you barely even knew them for that long? That's right, you can't. Elena and Damon barely had any scenes together in season 1. Not alone, not really, and if they did have scenes together, it had a lot to do with Stefan being in the scenes, because Stefan and her were the main target of season 1. So if her and Damon had scenes together, it was definitely because Stefan was with them. Or Stefan was, there. They had one road trip together when they really got to know each other, and that was it. And then automatically Damon's in love with her. First of all, that's not logical, and I don't know if it was Julie. I doubt it if it was even Kevin writing that. I point the blame towards Julie, because Julie Peck is the reason why the show went downhill in the first place. She catered to the Delena fans when she didn't have to. Like, she didn't really have to cater to them. So that's my point number 1, and that's a fact. Anybody can rewatch season 1 and you could tell me, hand count how many scenes they had together alone. You're not going to find any scenes of them alone besides season 1, episode 11, now road trip. You're not going to find any scenes with them alone. So that's my first fact. I don't like the fact that they try to build it from season 1 when it was nothing to build. So then we open up with season 2 with Damon's trying to tell Elena that she has feelings for him and she's denying it. First of all, what is there to deny, Damon? You two barely had any scenes together at all in the first season for both of y'all to even have feelings towards each other. And not only that, I think the love triangle was completely pointless. It didn't have to be a successful love triangle when Elena has to pick one of them to be with the rest of her life. No, I think this is how I would have pitched it. I think that Elena should have had gone out with Damon to see if it was really what she wanted. And then she would have realized that Stefan was always the one for her. That's what I would have had done. Point number 2. How about the fact that her and Damon had no chemistry? I know that I'm going to get a lot of hate for that. They have no chemistry. Oh my gosh, they have no chemistry. Their breakup scenes, their kissing scenes, their love scenes, their talking scenes. The relationship had no chemistry, no spark, and no passion. It had nothing. This shit was so boring. It was so boring. Like, season 3, they really shoved Delena down our throats the whole time, and that really pissed me off. Trying to give them a backstory about, oh, she met Damon first. Are you kidding me? Are you really kidding me? Talk about, oh, she met Damon first, so they should be together. Are you joking? It doesn't really matter who she met first at Damon and Stefan. That's just a dumb reason to have them be together. Oh, because she met Damon first. Are you kidding me? No. That's a dumb reason. A really, really, really dumb reason to have them together. Point number 3. I can go on this all day long about why I don't like it. Point number 3. Like, the relationship didn't have romance. I feel like, to me, the relationship was just always about sex. Like, every conversation ended in sex and everything. Like, it was just like, oh my god, the relationship was so mediocre. Like, they built it all the way up, and then it was just mediocre after mediocre after mediocre after mediocre. Like, the relationship was not interesting at all. Like, yeah, they'll shove scenes together when they like talk about their future, about raising kids together, getting married. Like, come on, no, come on, no. That's trying to shove a scene together when they don't deserve it at all. Even when Stefan showed Damon his life with Elena, if they would have got married, come on, Damon was a deadbeat drunk, sitting on the couch drinking. Like, come on. Compare that future scene to her and Stefan being together and married in the future. My point exactly. How about the fact that Damon doesn't respect her choices at all? Or how about the fact that Elena is always constantly defending him when he does bad things? I'm not saying that Damon should be judged for his mistakes. No, everybody makes mistakes. But the fact that you're defending him when he has done countless bad things over and over again. He has used Caroline as a personal blood juice box. He killed Stefan's best friend. He threatened Bonnie. He snapped Jeremy's neck. Like, Elena, are you seriously defending him? And then now you two become friends again and he doesn't even apologize for doing it? And he tried to turn you into a vampire? Like, come on now, Elena. This is the guy you would spend the rest of your life with. This is the guy you love, right? Yeah. How about the fact that Damon would have had never done what Stefan did? He would have had never, ever made a sacrifice on saving Matt and keep saving Matt first. He's too selfish. He told her that. He said that she's selfish. I mean, he told her that he was selfish, and that she can't change that. And as the season went on, the only time he ever changed that was when he kept Bonnie alive was when he kept Bonnie alive. I was actually surprised that he's willing to keep her alive because they grew some type of bond in the prison world. I was kind of actually surprised, but yeah. It's just so many things wrong with the relationship. I honestly think it was forced. I don't like it. I think the Sarabon, everything, they were pushing it way too fast, saying that, oh, Elena was in love with him after they had one night together, yada, yada, yada. How about the fact that Elena said that they both could take the cure together and they could live together and grow old together, and he said he didn't want that. He said he enjoys being a vampire, and if she can't accept that, then they can't be together. Are you kidding me? Would you want her to be a vampire for your enjoyment because you like her that way? Really? Really? Knowing the fact that he fell in love with you, you weren't human. No. Let's be honest here. Elena would have never felt for Damon if they didn't kiss in season 2, in the last episode. If they didn't kiss in season 3, if she didn't have those memories flashing back through her head or anything, she would have never ever felt for Damon. I hate the fact that she just went straight to Damon after her and Stefan broke up. Like, that's some really bullshit. That's some bullshit. And I just don't like Delena. I don't like the fact that people overrate them because they're not the best ship. The fact that they made the top 10 best ship, the fact that they made the best chemistry of 2015, that was a pity reward. We all know that Stefan and Elena should have one of the best chemistry of all time, because come on, compare Selena scenes to Delena scenes. You're gonna find a better chemistry there. Delena, come on. But I don't like the fact that people overrate their ship. I just pointed out a whole bunch of facts, and if I need to repeat them, I'm going to repeat them again right now, so all you Delena fans out there listening to this video will understand that I don't like them. Number one, Damon fell in love with her when they barely had any scenes together. Number two, they had no chemistry, no spark, no passion. The relationship was all about sex and lust. Number four, they had no romance. It was nothing to relationship at all. It was nothing. Damon never respect any of her choices or anything. They had no compromising, no communication, none of that to me. Number six, Elena always defended something that he always did bad. Like, 6 reasons there, guys. 6 reasons why I don't like this ship. I don't like it. And I don't understand why they even made it a ship in the first place. I honestly think that Ian and Nita's relationship completely ruined the show. If they would have never dated each other in the first place, maybe they would have had never been no Delena. That's just my opinion. Look out for more overrated stuff coming soon. I plan on doing a Victoria's video because that show is very overrated to me, and I plan on discussing about that. But this has been my first overrated series video. Look out for more coming soon. Maybe possibly another one tonight.